Okay, so here's what's going on. We don't have to dive right in if we can, or if we're, no, we can. Fuck, whatever. I don't care. Do you see Zora on one? Current events.
Oh yeah, that was sick. That was dope.
That's how you do a podcast. You got to open up on a current event. I could just load up AP.
Well, it's follow up. It's follow up because
because of the Wiener episode. Yeah.
Wiener, as of recording, is in 4th of 5.
I mean, it's not like
good luck.
Not surprising, but you know, it's
there's like new pictures of him leaning against things, sighing. It's like really. I don't know. I think you might be right of that. Like, I think there might be an element of him that's like, I look so sad in this picture.
Yeah, he likes it. I think he likes it a little bit.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
I don't know. I'm starting to think maybe because whatever, just his posture, the hands in the pockets. Like, I'm like, you're doing like the big cheeks like a puffer fish. There's no reason to do that.
Right. He's too good at like seeming sad or whatever. And like I can, you know. As like a depressive person with a brain that loves to revel in it, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I recognize that. I recognize that that masochism in someone. The difference is I don't run for major offices about it.
Sure. I don't want to talk about him anymore.
You're just cutting this off now. You're like,
just in general.
We've hit a minute. I think that's enough Wiener chat.
I've spent too much time. That made me sad thinking too much about him when we recorded that episode.
Oh man. Yeah, so hey everybody, welcome to Fruitless. This is just kind of some stuff fell through, so I just wanted to make sure we had an episode for this month on Patreon.
Maybe do undersell it, because as it would be, this premise is a little thin.
barely.
But if you're a real like fruitless head, this will feature a lot of callbacks and follow-ups on previous things we've talked about, and possibly foreshadowing for future ideas, topics to cover. This is a situation where, like, if you're really into the lore, this is gonna have like. This is kind of a lore movie, you know what I mean? Like this is lore. Back when
I was doing Mammonburg, I was always trying to nag people in the hopes somebody would make a Mammonburg wiki, and I've not started doing that with Fruitless, but maybe I should. You guys should make a
but Mammonburg had an actual fictional element to it.
There's nothing with Fruitless. No,
it changed every episode, but
I just want like an article that's just like on Spring Breakers, and it's just like, this is a movie that Alien really likes. Then you click the Alien page and it's like frequent guests, you know.
That's so stupid.
I know.
So fucking stupid. It's like, God, I remember hearing somebody say that there was like, I forget who it was, one of those like debate streamers, like Vosh or somebody had like a wiki, or there's like a Destiny lore wiki or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, fuck you for having lore. You know what I mean? Fuck you for documenting this.
I mean, unfortunately, like, I kind of feel like I have like no audience, but already lore because I've done multiple podcasts.
True.
Like, if somebody were obsessive enough, they could go all the way back to Very Legal, Very Cool and literally see the development of like my way of looking at the world and stuff. But who's gonna do that?
No, we've no one who's that
no
obsessive.
one's gonna do that. No, I don't think I have fans. Like
something
that.
Major would have to change in order to create that situation. Back in the Mammonburg days, I would always come up with schemes to get the show more attention. I think all of which you rejected.
I think Fruitless is the first show I've ever done that I haven't had that component, because that was also Jared and I would do that on Very Legal, Very Cool all the time too, where we'd be like, let's like pick a fight with this major figure and see if that gets people listening to it, or like let's try.
I probably shouldn't say who I suggested, but I suggested some extremely controversial figures you could have on. Honestly, hey, listener, you might think you know who I'm talking about. You don't know who I'm talking about. I picked obscure ones.
I've had a really few I've considered. The thing is, I think that I'm not, I don't know, able to keep a straight face enough to have some guests on where I'm like I couldn't do an Adam Friedland show kind of thing, like where you have a guest on that you kind of hate and then you're like kind of fucking with them, or I can't do that. I'm not good at that. So I think I'd have to have like you with me if I did one of those.
I don't know. I mean, we didn't even really talk about the conservatives, really. We like talked about. I'll give one that's like less spicy that I proposed, and that was shot down. Was that I suggested trying to get the person who founded Sci-Hub, the website you go that like lets you like illegally download like papers, because I heard that she was like an extremely rabid Marxist-Leninist.
No, that's a fun idea. That's a fun idea.
I suggested that early on, and I think people were like, no, like, isn't she like a criminal or something?
Right. Well, there's that. Yeah. I don't know. I need like a team with that, because these ideas are fine until I imagine me on a one-on-one Zoom call with that person. And then I'm like, I don't know if I could do that. Like, I mean, well, the one you floated the most that I do genuinely want to do, maybe I'll beep it or not. We'll see.
I actually really want to do that one, but I think it also, I don't know. I think, you know what? Let's beep it, because I actually might try to make it happen. We should actually try to make it happen.
And the thing is, though, I cannot imagine being on a Zoom call alone with. Like, you would have to be there for that. I need backup.
Well, yeah, right. I don't know. I think he's getting more crazy, which is saying a lot.
Well, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not. If you genuinely care about him as being like a semi-interesting critic, it's not awesome. But if you like him being insane, then things are getting awesome.
Yeah, again, If you just don't respect him, it's fine.
But, it's so funny how probably obvious it is who we're talking about but it's beeped out anyway.
Sure.
Okay, speaking of a film critic, though, we're talking about movies. We're talking about movies because there's a thing that I have not participated in that's been going around right now. Tell me, what is it? What is going on right now? The 100 movies New York Times thing?
Sure. I mean, I don't know what to say. It is what it is. They're like the best top 100 movies of the 21st century so far.
Yeah.
And they got a bunch of ballots from different people, like industry professionals,
and the Academy,
and whatever. They're all right. Well, then I think it's like mainly directors and actors. So I think it's mainly personnel. But I don't totally know. I did not read the intro because we started. I don't care about 12 hours
Who cares? But. It's one of those, but it's also, this one has like smart marketing, where then they created a little tab where you could submit your own ballot that they're going to chuck right into the trash, but you can make your own little ballot. So
maybe they'll do like readers poll or something. Again, it was probably in the article that I like blew off just to read the list.
That we didn't read, because everyone, all we care about is that everybody's sharing their top 10 movies of the 21st century.
Right. I mean, there's some funny elements in it, like I think a couple of them didn't totally understand that the survey wasn't anonymous. Jason Blum put 2 movies he executive produced on his list.
Oh, you sent me the fucking Mike Birbiglia one. That was mean.
The Mike Birbiglia one's really funny. Do you want to read the Mike Birbiglia one?
Where is it? Let me find it. Yeah. Okay. So you had sent it with saying that Mike Birbiglia's is the most fruitless coded list ever, which I do take offense at a little bit. And the list was Children of Men, Francis Ha, Hot Fuzz, Idiocracy, Me and You and Everyone We Know, Sideways, Spotlight, Superbad, The Squid and the Whale, and Up. Just because of the fucking like mumblecore appearances and mumblecore adjacent stuff, is that
and Children of Men and Idiocracy.
And Idiocracy. Yeah, that's pretty. Well, and I was even annoyed at it because my embarrassing Oscar bait middlebrow movie that I do actually have a fond spot for is Spotlight too, so it felt really targeted. I know that, I feel like that's an uncool opinion, and I know that, but I do like Spotlight. I do actually.
I've never seen it. Here's the other part of it, is that we did no preparation for this, so there's going to be a lot that you might be like, how do you feel about, how's this not on there? How's Le Recitative des
Thieves
on not on there? I don't know. I haven't seen it. Come on. Okay,
this is a personal ballot. Well, so we made 2 ballots though. So we should also say that. So we're gonna do like 20 movies each, maybe like a couple more than that. And it's an obvious list and a not obvious list, which is a little subjective, I think, between how you and I will interpret that.
I think you could call the non-obvious list sleeper picks.
Sleeper picks. Yeah, so it's like the obvious list is going to be like, I'll say like already obvious Children of Men, right? Okay.
Right.
That is a well-recognized great movie that's come out in the last couple decades. That's going to be on the obvious list. But the not obvious list will have ones that from the billions of these ballots I fucking have seen all over my social media, I haven't seen as many people I've seen no people put. So we'll see.
Of the ones on my list, I think I saw one person turn in one ballot with one of them on it.
Yeah.
But the idea is that like this isn't the like 11 through 20. This is like just ones that we think are very like interesting and like want to highlight. And you're kind of saying like there's an argument ish, but it's like very notable. It's notable. It says it from the crowd, but like it's not what you would necessarily think to pick, is what we're trying to say.
Right. Yeah. And like you said, this will end up just being kind of us showing our cards for movies we think were interesting in the last few decades, which just means we'll likely show up on the show at some point, give it a few years.
Right. I think all the movies I'm going to talk about, I have something kind of substantial to say about.
Okay, sick. All right. This was a preview for a Patreon-only episode. So check out the show notes if you want to hear more.